Oh my gosh, I'm the same color as you. No, you just have a patchy tan.
Slowly kisses passing by the river.
Hello everybody, it's me Sandy and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience growing up black in Scotland. Basically, I've got like my notes and stuff because I'm just going to start waffling if I don't have my little pointers. So if you see me look down, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my notes because yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm already waffling. Anyway, let's get right into it. Get into it. The first, like, I get this question a lot, like, where are you from? Okay, I'm from Scotland because, like, I don't know what else to say, like, but I'm gonna answer it here in full depth because I feel like it. Okay, so when people ask me like where are you from, it's like really awkward for me because like I could tell you a lot of places that I consider myself as from there. Okay, so originally I'm like Zimbabwean because my parents are both Zimbabwean, so like my blood's Zimbabwean. I was born in England, so I'm also English. I'm a British person, and I grew up in Scotland. I don't know why I had to look at my notes for that, but like I grew up in Scotland. I grew up in Dundee. So that's where I'm from. I'm a Scottish, English, Zimbabwean female. I'm a black British female. That's me.
Yeah! Yep, that's me.
So yeah, I just find it really awkward when people ask me where I'm from because I say like where I'm originally from, where I was born, where I grew up, like because I'm like a mix of everything. Like my voice when you hear me is not even English. It's definitely not Zimbabwean. It's kind of Scottish, you know? So like I'm a Scottish female, I'm black, and that's just who I am. The next thing I'm going to talk about is microaggressions. This is all based in the UK, by the way. I'm just talking about my experience in the UK and what I've seen, what I've heard from my other fellow black British people. So a microaggression is like a small or subtle action and or interaction or words said to a person of a racial or ethnic minority. So things like, where are you from? You say where you're from, like, oh, Britain or whatever, and you say, where are you really from? This insinuates that this black person does not have the normal look of an average British teenager or person, whatever, and this it's like making them feel like you don't belong here because the color of your skin tells me you're from somewhere else, you know? So the question, where are you really from, is a microaggression, whether you mean it in a rude way or not. It's just not something you say. If you like, even asking like where are you from, like if they tell you, just leave it at that. It's not really a question that you need to know, you know? Also things like your name is so hard to pronounce. My first name is not hard to pronounce, it's just Samantha, whatever. But sometimes people find it difficult to say my last name. I've noticed that all throughout high school, so far anyway. All throughout high school, they'd be like, they'd come to my name in the register. Either they'd, okay, so my name was like always like 4 names down. And it would come to my name and they'd say everyone's first and last name and then they'd come to my name and they'd Samantha? Like, yes, that's me.
Yep, that's me.
Or either they'd try. Sometimes they get it right and I'm like, yes. And some would be like, how do you say that? Like, okay, you don't know how to say my name, but like it gets annoying. And questions like, is that your real hair? And questions about my hair, like, oh my gosh, like, just stop asking me questions. Like, I'm not just gonna be rude and be like, shut up. That's just not who I am. That's just not me. Like, I'll answer your questions or not. I'll answer your questions or whatever, but just know they're really annoying. They are really annoying. So if you can not ask me questions about my hair, like, is that your real hair? How long did it take you to do? Like, oh my gosh. Next. Oh my gosh. This one. You look like insert random black girl's name. Listen, we do not all look the same just because we're all black. Like, they'd be like, in my old school, y'all know who you are if you're watching this. There was me and there was this one other black girl in my year, I think. I think there was just 2 black females in my year. And they'd be like, oh, like, you guys look like each other. Like, I don't know. I don't remember if any of my friends ever said that we look like each other. But I know there was definitely some people that said to me, like, oh, you look like her. Or, like, you look like that other black person. Or, like, they'd point to another black person and be like, are you guys related? No, we're not all related, okay? We're not. We're not. That's, like, so irritating. Okay? We don't all look the same. But, like, not even for, like, black people. Like, even people would be like, oh, all Asians look the same. All Latinas look the same. Like, no, 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 no. No. Next one is, like, you're so pretty for a black girl. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, I am beautiful, period.
You need to calm down still, you're not then still.
Next. This is more of like an action rather than a word. This one. When a black person steps onto an elevator, there's no need to clutch your belongings tighter because we're not going to beat you up in that elevator and take your stuff. Like, that's not what's going to happen. Like, chill. My skin color is not going to attack you. It's not going to say hateful things to you. Chill. Chill. It's okay. Okay. Okay, so that's all I've got on microaggressions. If you want to know more, you can Google it. I promise Google exists. It's free. You can really educate yourself on there. I promise. Take my word for it. I swear it. Anyway, next is stereotypes. I'm not going to get too much into that because this video is going to be long. Just don't stereotype people in general. Black, white, Asian, whatever. Don't stereotype people. Like the stereotype, black people can't swim. Oh, I said I'm not going to get into it, but here I am. Anyway, black people can't swim, black people eat chicken, and that's it. Chicken and watermelon, like, just, no. Like, it's just racist, to be honest. Stereotyping people is not okay, ever. No matter their skin color, no matter their gender, whatever, like, just don't stereotype people. My hair is going to be, like, all over the place in this video because I keep moving it. My next topic is racism in the UK. I'm going to cut this as much as I can, but there is a minuscule amount being shown by the media of racism in the UK. And can I just put into perspective, most media outlets are controlled by, yes, that was correct, that was the correct answer, white males and or white females. Not a lot are females, but a lot are owned by white men. Just keep that in mind during this video. A lot of media is controlled by white men. I'll just say it one more time. A lot of media is controlled by white men. Okay, just keep that in mind. As you look on social media, just keep that in mind. The UK is not innocent. First of all. People think just because we don't have guns that there's no racism, there's no racial abuse. Like, there is so much. Okay, I said first I'll discuss racism in Scotland. Okay, I'm going to first I'm going to discuss racism in Scotland and then move on to wider UK as much as I know. Anyway, personally, I experienced racism a lot more in primary school than I did in high school. In primary school, I'll never forget, like, in primary school, like, now that I think back to it, there was definitely, like, little microaggressions, stereotypes that were thrown at me, but back then I didn't even realize it was, like, the norm for me. I didn't even know, you know, and I don't think anyone knew back then, but approaching, like, primary 7, year 6, whatever you call it, I don't know, the last year of primary school, the last 2 years of primary school, I'd say, there was this one girl I will never forget. If you went to my primary school, then you know, she was troubled, they said. I don't want to, but I mean, you know, she would be so racist to me. I remember this one time she actually like spat at me on my way to school. I remember telling my mom, she was going crazy. She was like, I'm gonna go to that school, I'm gonna do this, that, but blah 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 blah. And I was like, no, mom, just chill. I should have just let her. I should have just let her. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah, she was so racist to me. She'd call me the N-word, the P word even. She'd just say a lot of racist things to me. It would never get actually physical, except for the time she spat my way. It didn't land on me, but like she still spat at me, you know? Not on me, just at me. But she was not a nice person. But that did not stop me from enjoying primary school. Like, I still liked it as much as liking school can get. And in high school, I wouldn't say it was as bad as that girl in primary school, but again, there was definitely little microaggressions, stereotypes, and this high school is where the N-word pass came into play. I said, huh? Who? N-word pass, please. No, that is non-existent. The N-word pass does not exist. If you don't get a pass to be racist, like, no, does not exist. Oh yes, you have the pass to be racist and say racial slurs. No, non-existent. But high school wasn't awful. I'm still in high school. I wasn't. High school it's awful. Actually, it is awful. Oh, I hate that place. But there's definitely a lot of stereotypes in high school, a lot of microaggressions in high school, and a lot of thinking you can get away with being racist. Like little racist things like, oh my gosh, I'm the same color as you. No, you just have a patchy tan. That statement was not aimed, by the way. Nah, it truly wasn't. I don't know if that looked like. Yeah, so like getting a tan and say, I look like the P word, or I look like the N word. No, you just look like you got a really bad tan. That's what you look like. Yeah, this is me waffling again. I'm getting off my notes. Okay. So 4,807 racial incidents were recorded by the police in Scotland. Keywords were recorded by police in Scotland. That's only the ones that were recorded. And that's like 92 incidents per week. Yes, that's 92. Although in Scotland, compared to USA or whatever, you're less likely to be shot on the streets, except Mark Duggan, he was shot in the street. It's less likely to be shot in Scotland than it is in the US, but we're still badly hurt by people in power, police people, and we're left to die. I say we, as in black people. Like, it was Sheku Bayon. If you don't know his story, Google it, please. Sign petitions. That was 5 years ago and still no charges have been made. I saw this quote on Instagram. I'll put it here. Let me move a little to the side. It said, a better Scotland will only be built by confronting the evil of racism rather than pretending it doesn't exist. So yeah, if you're more of a facts and statistics person, let me give you these statistics and facts. So these facts and statistics are based upon racial inequality in the UK. Black people are 3 times more likely to be prosecuted in the UK. Black university graduates are twice as likely to be in low-paying jobs as other graduates in the UK. 35.7% ethnic minorities are more likely to live in poverty compared to the 17.2% of the white people in the UK. COVID-19 death rates for black people is 3.5 times higher than white people due to socioeconomic inequalities. 38% ethnic minorities were wrongly suspected of shoplifting compared to the 14% of white people in the UK. And that's actually shocking because so many black people, like not just me personally, like I've seen people's stories, and these are even like my own friends in Scotland, my own black friends in Scotland. They've been followed by police in shops, being followed by shop workers. Even I myself have, that's happened to me. That's racially profiling, and it's not appreciated at all in the slightest. I'm trying to make this video not long, so just bear with me. This is my final statistic, and it's black people earn 23.1% less than white people in the UK. 23.1%. And you might ask yourself, why? There shouldn't be a reason whatsoever. There should not be a reason whatsoever. It should be equal. Men and women should get paid the same. Black and white should get paid the same. No matter your skin color. Like, we are all people. We're all working hard to live in such a cruel world. And it doesn't help that based on the color of your skin is based on how much you're going to get paid. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Truly. And trust me, racism is not just in the US. It's everywhere. And the fact that some people can be silent about it the silence is deafening. Like, white silence is white violence. Actions speak louder than words. Sign petitions. Like I said in my last video, if you haven't already seen it, sign petitions. Donate if you can. Watch videos that donate for you. Like, if you even type in like Black Lives Matter playlist, watch the playlist. You don't even have to watch it. Like, just play it in the background, and all the AdSense and stuff will be donated for you. I'll leave a couple links down in the description below, as I have been doing. My last bullet point is cultural appropriation. Oh gosh. I get actually a lot of questions about this, especially like hairstyles. Focus on that area. Like, I get a lot of questions. Oh, please Google or just keep watching. And I'm gonna share it with you a little snippet of cultural appropriation. You can Google the rest if you really want to. I suggest you do. Educate yourself. Yeah. So cultural appropriation. The first one I'm going to talk about is hairstyles, because this is the one I mostly get questions about. Hairstyles, this is the post I saw, and on it you can see there's Kim Kardashian and Bad Baby. I'm gonna speak un poco about that, just a little. Why do black women make a big deal about people stealing their hairstyles? Question mark. They wear straight blonde wigs too, so how does this make sense? It's just hair. Here's a simple and summarized educational thread as to why it's not just hair. We're gonna get into it. Okay, so since the beginning of time, black women have taken pride in their creative hairstyles, i.e. braids, big fancy other hairstyles. But not just about beauty, it's definitely not just a trend. In the time of colonization, slavery, and missionaries, black people were immediately told that their hair was ugly, uncivilized, all that stuff, just like not okay, not normal. So unprofessional and even ungodly, it says. Wow. In America, white women would get jealous of their slaves because their hair was flamboyant. Yes. Yes. Can you believe that? Not only were they jealous of how pretty our hairstyles were, they felt like it was a threat to their relationship, since and they even created a law that made slaves cover up their hair. Women, along with other non-black people of color, created stigmas around our natural hair. Many are believed today. Many are still believed today. Kinky hair and locks would be considered dirty, unkept, all that stuff, and would be associated with laziness. Can I just say? Especially if you do your own braids. I have not had the chance to do that yet. That is definitely not laziness, because that takes a long time. Like, your arm, my arm, I do one braid and my arm already hurts. Like, it's not laziness for sure. For sure. Even though our hair types are less prone to lice and stuff, we're still forced to straighten our hair, wear wigs, because to get jobs, that's how you had to look. You had to look white, pretty much. Like, let's not lie to ourselves. Because their hair was inappropriate or unprofessional. Even in schools, I think this next part, yeah. Even in some schools, like, I have black friends in England, and even like they're not allowed to have colored braids. They're not allowed. Some of them are not even allowed to have braids. Period. Like, for what reason? Like, you're not allowed. You have to have black, straight, regular braids. And if you know me, I love my colored braids. I've had red, blue, purple. You know, I've had pink even. Like, some schools just don't allow that. I'm like, why? Like, why? What is the reason, like, you would not allow someone to have their hair the way they want it? Like, a white person could dye their hair pink, and that's okay. But a black person could come into school with pink braids and be sent home. Like, make it make sense. Please, make it make sense. Love quote. That was in the past, so why do you guys still wear wigs? It's appropriating our culture. And I say our as in white people. That's the perspective of this question. Huh. Yeah, so 1. LOL, no, I still have to fix my hair or wear a straight wig every time I go for an interview. Straight blonde hair does not have cultural ties or a painful story behind it, so it's not the same. Okay, now this part. This is the part I get questions on, like, just 1, not just 2, not just 3, but many people. How is wearing braids cultural appropriation? Why can't white people wear braids? Why can't non-people of color wear braids? No, this is why. I'm going to tell you why, okay? Our hairstyle is not meant for your hair texture, and it just doesn't work, okay? You will lose your hair trying to manipulate it like that. So, like, see when, yes, I'm talking to you that went to Turkey and got braids, cornrows in your hair. Yes, you. That's why your hair got all tangled when you tried to take it out. Is this ringing a bell? It's just not meant for your hair. It's just not. Cultural appropriation. Which, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You claim our culture as your creativity. You even rename it. Till the day I can live in a society where I don't have to worry about repercussions of wearing my natural hair. Why do we get mad if you touch our hair? It's dehumanizing to just walk up and touch our hair unprovoked. It's also usually followed by ignorant statements. Ignorant statements such as, oh, it feels so, like, weird. Shut up and get your fingers out of my hair, thank you. The next one, personal space match. And also, it's just like, sometimes people will be like, oh, can I touch your hair? Oh, actually, I'm already touching it. Excuse me? Like, that's rude. I would not just walk up to you and say, oh, let me feel your hair. Oh, I'm already touching it. Ha ha ha. Like, please, just... I like my personal space enough as it is. You do not need to touch my hair. If you're feeling targeted during any part of this video, just know you've got to educate Just know you've got to educate yourself, educate others, and just know if you felt some type of way, you've got to change something. The next part is about brainwashing, and it's so sad how Black people have been brainwashed to believe that our hairstyles are ugly or ghetto, why our sleeping braids and bonnets ratchet but messy buns are so cute and quirky. That's funny. Y'all want to see my bonnet? It's cute. She be looking like this. I'm not gonna put it on because the first part I wrote is you gotta give credit where credit is due. You'd see like Kylie back like around 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, I don't know. But she basically said that she made wigs a thing. Like,
quote, I started wigs and now everyone is wearing wigs. Kim Kardashian just used my wig guy last night. I just do whatever I want to do and people will follow.
I'm going to move on to Kim's braids. I'm sure we've all seen these. Everyone was relating them to snakes, chargers, and whatever. Oh, like, please. And even Bad Baby. She tried it. They tried it. Done. Says ghetto until proven trendy. Brought to you by the Kardashians' non-black people of color. Love how black women have been in cornrows and braids for most of their childhood. Literally. And it's ghetto until some fashion line slaps them on a color-deprived person and it's suddenly trendy and innovative. Like, it's just, like, just stop. Just stop. I'm sure now, after current events, you're gonna stop. I hope you do. I hope you, as the white person watching this, stop getting braids on your holidays. And even like Bad Baby, she'd be appropriating black culture and then she'd say, who wants to be black?
The fuck, I don't act black. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Who wants to be black? I don't understand that. I really just can't comprehend it. How the fuck you supposed to act the color? It don't make fucking sense. That's it, yeah.
That's it. That's your problem. That's it.
If anyone took it the wrong way, I'm sorry. That's your fault.
No one's saying you want to be black. We're just saying you're not giving credit where credit is due. You know? And even like, I know some of my, I did unfollow Bad Baby. I followed a lot of celebrities on my social media because I was just like, I'm done with that. But I can still see like some of my black friends are still following Bad Baby. I mean, it's like, do you? But like, me personally as a black person, I don't want to be following that type of energy. I know now she's in like rehabilitation center. She's, you know, she's wanting to do better. And that's good for her. She's a, in my opinion, very controversial 17-year-old. But, and yet there's still a lot of black people following her. I don't understand it personally, but whatever. Next is, I found this definition of cultural appropriation. It says, cultural appropriation, at times also phrased as cultural misappropriation, is the adoption of an element or elements of one culture by members of another culture. This can be controversial when members of a dominant culture appropriate from disadvantaged minority cultures, i.e. when whites copy blacks. With a lot of things black people started, but white people are taking credit for like styles like this, these things. I'm just gonna put them here. So yeah, that is cultural appropriation. You gotta give credit where credit is due. That's just the thing. That is the thing. The next thing I'm going to talk about is how to avoid cultural appropriation, which sometimes I understand, like, it's not on purpose. It's not always on purpose. You just have to educate yourself. First think, like, what is it that I'm doing? You know, it's just, there's a history behind things. You've just got to remember that history. So, just gonna wrap it up. First of all, so this is just how to avoid cultural appropriation and stuff like that, and just you know what not to do. First of all, blackface is never okay. Whether it's your fake tan or you've bought a foundation way too dark, it's like, haha, I'm black. No, that is not okay, because that is blackface. Okay? Yeah, blackface is just not okay. This is blackface. There's a whole history behind it. Google it. Acknowledge the origins of ideas and styles, etc. Like I said before, give credit where credit is due. Number 3, don't adopt sacred artifacts or accessories. Now this is not just limited to black culture. I just threw this in there because it's relevant. It is just relevant for a cultural appropriation. Cultural appropriation is not just limited to black people. It is limited. No, it's not limited at all. Culture is a wide thing, you know. Oh, did I say I was going to show a picture? I don't even know. But yeah. This is a Victoria's Secret model. I think Carly something. I don't know. I can't remember the picture I screenshotted, but yeah. That is just, it's not okay. You know. Next one is to engage yourself with other cultures, learn about other cultures on more than just a trendy or an aesthetic level. Overall, I'm just going to finish it. I am a Black British teenager who is growing up as part of a minority in Scotland. Anyways, basic YouTuber stuff. Subscribe, like, comment. Comment if you've related to this, if you felt some type of way, i.e. guilt, because you've said these things, done these things, whatever. Also, down below in the description bar, super important, sign petitions, do the donating video thing, you know what I'm talking about. In the description, just look in the description, you'll see everything. But yeah, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you later.